Hi everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. We're back in the bar again. I'm going to be doing a tasting of Ardbeg Scotch Uigeadail, if I pronounced it right. I hope I did. It's a Islay single malt Scotch. I've talked about them before. They're heavy peat, a lot of unique characteristics to them. They're a great Scotch, fantastic Scotch. It's non-chill filtered, so you don't have any of that going on. I'm going to pour you some. Best sound in the world. All right, don't need to pour a whole lot. I'll set it up here so y'all can see it. Cheers. I'm not going to take a sip yet. We're going to go through the nose. I did a sampling and made some notes earlier on it. It's an Islay single malt Scotch, like I said, Ardbeg. It's out of Scotland. Price, it's not a cheap Scotch. It's my cost in my area is around $79 plus tax. It's non-chill filtered, like I was saying. On the nose, I get, for me, every palate's going to be different, but for me, I get that peat, and within that smell, I get iodine and camphor, like that medicinal camphor smell. And I know that doesn't sound appealing. It's just what my palate picks up. Your palate might pick up something totally different. I think it has a lot to do with what you've come in contact with in your life, and your nose picks up certain scents and things like that. So then you'll that's what you'll smell, or that's what you'll realize. I know from previous the previous sampling I did on this, as it sat, the longer it sits, I believe it opens up a little bit of the alcohol dissipates. The alcohol content, the ABV is 108.4 or 54.2% ABV, so it's a little high. It's up there, which is good. I mean, I don't mind a high proof. You can always add a splash or two of water to open it up. Some whiskeys do well with water and others don't, and that's kind of a trial and error thing. You'll have to try it, and some of them it just does not work well. You got to drink them neat. Water tends to wash out the flavors or subdue some of the flavors. What else am I getting? I get some honey notes, a little bit of like sea salt. For me, I get sea salt. Campfire, that's that peat, you know, because they use in the kilns the peat to dry the barley, because it's made with malted barley. That's the only thing that scotches are made out of. They don't have a grain bill like your bourbons and stuff where you have corn, rye, and barley. Scotches are barley. So you're going to have, there's less grains in the mash bill. That's it. I mean, just the barley. They're doing some other stuff, but Scotch typically is your barley malt. It's a really oily Scotch when you roll it around the glass and let it sit, and you see the legs on it. It takes quite a while for the legs to start running down the side of the glass. So that's an indicator that it's going to be very oily on your palate, meaning it's going to stick. Usually real oily whiskeys, they're just now starting to come down. So I mean, it's really telling you that this is a very oily Scotch. And that's, in my opinion, I like oily Scotches. I like that because the palate, it's going to linger on the palate longer. You can enjoy it after you've swallowed it and swished around your mouth. Long after you've swallowed it, you can still taste that Scotch, some of the nuances in that particular one. What other? I kind of get, it's like almost a greenhouse. You know, when you walk into a greenhouse, all that vegetal smell, I get that in the Ardbegs as well. And I'll add a little water here in a minute, but we're going to taste it neat. I haven't had a lot of time, 3 or 4 minutes. It's been sitting open now. Cheers. Yeah, that's a great Scotch. On the tongue, it's very smooth. You would think for 108 proof, it would be really hot. Surprisingly, it's not. Of a lot of the Scotches I've drank that have been higher proof, you get that alcohol burn. This one, there isn't any of it. It is very smooth on the palate. The front half, it just glides over. You can mix it around. It doesn't take your breath away like some of your higher proof whiskeys can. It's just a very smooth, enjoyable Scotch, even neat at 108 proof. And that's surprising. I know you're going to think that's crazy, but it's an easy sipper. It really is. I get on the palate and that taste. I get the camphor still. You're going to have that salt, that peaty salt. Kind of buttery. I get buttery flavors. It coats, like I said, it coats the tongue incredibly, all sides. So you get that salty on the side, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful Scotch. It's velvety smooth, really. For the proof, it's velvety smooth. It really is. And the taste is still going. I can still taste it even after I've swallowed it, which that you can attribute that to that oily characteristic. It's going to hang out for a while in your mouth even after you've swallowed it. There isn't any incredible burn going down when you swallow or anything like that. I'm going to get a little bit of water just so you can I can tell you how it is with that. I use a Kentucky mixing water. It's really good. It doesn't have any iron in it or anything, which is terrible. It can pull flavors away, and it can rob stuff. But I just add a drop, probably a little more than I would like to. And you can see when you add that water, this is non-chill filtered, so the Scotch becomes kind of hazy. You can't really see it on the camera, but it has what's called a Scotch shimmer to it, and it becomes a little hazy because it's non-chill filtered. They haven't taken out any of the fatty composites in there. Chill filtering removes a lot of that stuff, but it doesn't have any of that. So it's got all the natural flavors, everything's in it, nothing's been removed or strained out. And so you're getting the product without being changed or modified in any way, really, which is incredible, which really brings, you're just getting the true product. On the nose, it blends well. I know that from before, the longer it sits, the more it opens up, which was surprising with the water as well. Water just kind of blends all the flavors together, makes it, it's very, the term I'm trying to look for, it's very harmonious, the way everything blends together when you add a splash of water. It's kind of subtle, but yet everything's still there. Cheers. Let's try it. Yeah, it's incredible. Even with the water, tones down a little bit. You've taken a little bit of that alcohol content down. You've dropped it, but it hasn't taken away anything from the flavor. If anything, it's enhanced some of it. It's smoother. So if you're just getting into your peated scotches, I would definitely recommend adding some water and sipping them slowly. It's something you shouldn't rush. through, take a sip, relax, chat with your friends, and then take another sip and just enjoy the moment, because that's really what whiskeys are all about. It's not about chugging it down fast and forgetting about it. It's about taking time, slowing down, enjoying life, and enjoying the whiskey that you have, because it's taken a long time. It's been aging for a long time. There's a lot of care and love that goes into each whiskey that's crafted, and it just takes time to relax and enjoy the finer things. Until we get together for another tasting, remember, like and subscribe. If you like what you see and you'd like to see more, let me know, comment below, and take care until we meet again. Cheers.